Did you know there are 10 signs of your mind being God-wired?
Yeah.
Watch this video and tell me what you think.
You know what's remarkable? Some of the rarest, most deeply perceptive minds alive today carry traits that modern psychology has only recently started studying. Traits that have baffled researchers, that don't show up on IQ tests, and that science is still struggling to fully explain. But the Bible described these exact traits thousands of years ago, not as mysteries, as design. In 2013, Dr. Caroline Leaf, a cognitive neuroscientist who has spent over 3 decades studying the mind-brain connection, published research that stunned the scientific community. She demonstrated that the brain doesn't just respond to experience, it literally rewires itself based on the patterns of thought we choose to feed it. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it's considered one of the most significant discoveries in modern neuroscience. And in Romans 12 verse 2, the Bible wrote this, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." That verse wasn't poetry. It was a neurological instruction, written 2,000 years before the technology existed to prove it worked. What follows are 10 signs that your mind has been shaped in a way that science is only now beginning to understand. Sign 1. You think in patterns, not just details. You don't just see what's in front of you, you see what it connects to. You notice recurring themes in conversations, relationships, and events that most people miss entirely. Psychologists call this systems thinking, and it's associated with activation of the prefrontal cortex, the brain's most advanced region for abstract reasoning. The Book of Proverbs opens with this, "To perceive the words of understanding." The Hebrew root for understanding in that passage, bayan, literally means to distinguish patterns and separate what is true from what merely appears true. Sign 2. You feel other people's pain before they name it. You walk into a room and you sense the tension before a word is spoken. You notice the shift in someone's voice before they admit something is wrong. Psychologists call this hyperempathy, and research shows it develops most strongly in people whose early environments required them to read emotional cues with precision. Dr. Caroline Leaf connects this to what she calls the mirror neuron network, the brain's built-in system for emotional resonance. Romans 12:15 says, "Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep." That isn't just a command. It's a description of a mind built with rare emotional precision. Sign 3. You are drawn to truth even when it's uncomfortable. When most people look for confirmation, you look for accuracy. When something doesn't add up, you can't let it go. Psychologists call this epistemic drive, a pull toward understanding reality as it actually is, regardless of how unsettling that reality might be. Jordan Peterson describes this as the willingness to update your map of the world when the territory contradicts it. Psalm 51:6 says, "Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts." That desire isn't a burden. It's the architecture of a mind designed for something real. Sign 4. You've walked through seasons of loss that made you sharper, not weaker. Psychologists Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun spent decades studying people who survived significant adversity. What they found contradicted the standard model of trauma. Many individuals emerged from hardship with a deepened sense of purpose, greater emotional clarity, and a stronger connection to meaning than they had before. They called this post-traumatic growth, and their research showed it was measurable, reproducible, and real. Job 23 Todder T. 10 says, "But he knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold." The science didn't discover this, it confirmed it. Sign 5. Consider this for a moment. Everything you've just heard, the pattern recognition, the empathy, the pull toward truth, the ability to grow through pain. These are not coincidences. They are not personality quirks. They are the fingerprints of a mind that was designed with intention. Psychology is beginning to understand what Scripture stated plainly, that the human brain is not a random product of chance. It is a structured, purposeful, extraordinarily complex system capable of transformation at any age, in response to what it chooses to believe and how it chooses to think. Sign 6. You have a strong moral compass that functions almost like instinct. You don't consult a rule book when you sense something is wrong. You know. Neuroscientist Dr. Antonio Damasio discovered that humans make moral decisions through an integration of emotion and reason that originates in the frontal lobe and the limbic system working together. People with highly developed moral intuition show stronger connectivity between these two regions. Romans 2:15 calls this the law written in their hearts, their conscience bearing witness. The neuroscience describes the mechanism. The Bible named the phenomenon first. Sign 7. Surface-level conversation drains you. You're not antisocial. You're depth-seeking. Research from the London School of Economics found that individuals with higher cognitive engagement actually report less satisfaction from frequent shallow social interaction. Not because they dislike people, but because their brains are wired to process meaning, not just noise. Ecclesiastes 5:2 says, "Let thy words be few." There is a reason the wisest book ever written placed more value on depth than volume. Sign 8. You carry a sense of purpose that logic alone cannot explain. Viktor Frankl survived 3 Nazi concentration camps, including Auschwitz, and documented one of the most important psychological findings of the 20th century, that the single most reliable predictor of survival under extreme suffering was not physical strength, intelligence, or luck. It was meaning. A reason to be alive. Frankl called this logotherapy, the discovery that the search for meaning is the primary driving force in human beings. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." You don't carry that sense of purpose by accident. It was placed in you. Sign 9. You notice what others miss, and it sometimes feels like a weight. The same sensitivity that allows you to perceive beauty, truth, and emotional depth also means you absorb what others don't. Injustice bothers you on a level that's hard to explain. Cruelty leaves a mark. A stranger's kindness can genuinely move you. Dr. Caroline Leaf links this to what she calls quantum activity in the non-conscious mind, the deepest layer of cognitive processing that absorbs and stores emotional data with extraordinary precision. Isaiah 61:1 describes the assignment of those with this sensitivity: to bind up the brokenhearted. That depth isn't a flaw in your design, it is your function. Sign 10. You find it difficult to stay in environments built on dishonesty or performance. Your brain doesn't adapt comfortably to environments where the surface contradicts the reality underneath. You disengage from social masks, corporate theater, and shallow obligation. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance sensitivity, the brain's heightened reaction to inconsistency between stated values and actual behavior. The Book of Proverbs returns to this again and again. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. The mind that was built for truth cannot function at full capacity in the presence of sustained falsehood. That isn't weakness, it's calibration. Here's what science is only beginning to say plainly, and what the Bible stated from the beginning. Your mind is not a product of random neural firing. It was built with architecture. It responds to truth, grows through adversity, seeks meaning, resonates with others, and carries a moral compass that no one installed, because it came that way.